Welcome to our new video analysis. This time I will look at stocks. By the way, if you're not familiar with our services yet, we have the US single stock services still in beta version, completely free. So if you want an access, just go to our website, follow the page members plans, and you will have to select this US stock service. It's free. Just click subscribe, and once you will be in, just activate this free access. So basically, we put a lot of those single stocks, big names that are tracking on our website. So if you're maybe like to trade single stocks, you're trading with options, and maybe you are trading with through the earnings, then I believe that some of the Elliott wave patterns that we see here could be very interesting and useful. So today, what I want to look at is firstly some of the stocks. I updated a few charts yesterday. However, usually I will update all of those single stocks that will obviously be needed for an update. I will check them and go them through during the weekend, usually on Sunday. So that's when I will make some major updates. But then through the week, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, I will update some more charts, especially if the market will make some moves during this through the week actually. So what's going on? Well, what I want to cover is firstly AMD. As you know, this stock has been basically moving sharply to the upside since the beginning of October after an announcement that they are making a new project with OpenAI. So we have seen a very strong gap higher since then, and even positive earnings are keeping the price in this bullish momentum. So I came out with an idea that we are still just in the middle of this incomplete impulsive bullish cycle. But of course, it's maybe not a bad idea to wait on the next retracement here. I mean, we very nicely successfully broke through quite aggressively here, pushed above the previous highs from March of 2024. But now when we are looking here at the RSI, we also have some divergence, some very big unfilled gaps as well here. But maybe if this uptrend is still alive, the first interesting support could be this smaller gap here around 234. It comes out right at this previous highs. So on a tracement, I think this could be quite interesting. And keep in mind that the earnings season for big names it's going quite well. However, as you know, behind the scenes there's a lot of debt because everyone is now rushing into some new project with AI, and of course we don't know what will be the results in a year or 2 years from now because some big monies are flowing into this project, and who knows, I'm just afraid that not all stories will be positive at the end of the day, and that's something that could bring down the technology. But for now we are still in this boom that may not be over just yet. It's maybe important to say that regarding big names, a lot of earnings were already been released, but Nvidia still, I think that in a week or 2 weeks from now, we will get those earnings, which maybe should be the most important data to watch. Now, let's take a look also on Berkshire Hathaway. As you know, in our analysis, in our webinar, we said that 61.8% is quite important, and we have seen a very nice pullback in 3 legs into that area now, just trying to recover away from it. So we have very important indication, very important price action, which could keep this stock in uptrend. Let's not forget in this unfilled gap here from reported from May of this year. So usually, as you know, how I look at those gaps, when prices moves away from the gap, at some point when direction will change, those gaps can be filled. So I would not be surprised to see more upside. Either maybe some limited gains could be seen in a wave C, but ideally maybe we'll even see a wave 3 push to the upside. So if we can break this resistance around 500, I think that much more gains will be confirmed moving forward. Also, keep in mind that Berkshire Hathaway, they are moving out of the stock market. They are moving into the cash. So even if stock market would crash, maybe Berkshire Hathaway would not be such a big trouble for them, because if they are in cash on the sideline, they're just waiting on some new opportunities that could be discovered sometime in the future. So even if some big names will see a very strong sell-off suddenly, maybe 2026, that doesn't necessarily mean the same for Berkshire Hathaway. And the wave structure itself, it's very, very clear. By the way, we have this longer term chart and wave count also of this stock on our page here as well. Now, also, I want to look at MicroStrategy that I also updated yesterday. So the reason why I'm looking at this one is, Bitcoin itself has seen a very deep retracement, very deep pullback. I didn't want to check this one. I want to look at this hard degree time frame chart. Okay, so basically, cryptocurrencies have seen some pullback. Some of them are keep moving lower, despite that spike that we have seen that Friday, 3 weeks back or so. So it's not really surprised that now when Bitcoin is trading closer to 100,000, is now MicroStrategy still moving into some retracement. But before maybe we go to the wave counts, I want to look and focus on this cycle analysis. So as you know how I usually look at cycles, especially I think that they can be very powerful when you could align them or match them with the Elliott wave structure or the wave count. So here we have seen this one interesting bearish cycle back from 2021 highs down to 2022 lows. And then this bull cycle actually was in play for the same period. Okay, so you can see that later on we have seen this top and now we are pulling back. So what I think it's happening is just a temporary correction here. Okay, keep in mind that we are so far already down more than 50, almost 60% from the highs. So if we can see a bit of more weakness, it into that 200 area would be what, around 70% of retracement. That would be quite big retracement within the hard degree trend. So I would assume that after 70-80% of the pullback, new cycle will come to an end. And if I think that that's still an impulsive recovery and that we are in a wave 4, and then obviously I don't think that this cycle has finished yet when it comes to the Elliott waves principle. So what I think it's happening that we could be now seeing the current cycle from that high a bit smaller. Okay, when I still think that this is just a temporary correction within uptrend. So we are just now in the mid cycle, okay, of the higher cycle. So if you look at the red cycle, we could be maybe trying to complete this mid phase as a wave 4 here. But as I said, maybe still a bit of more weakness. I'm watching 200, maybe 210 around there. There could be interesting support below that. Of course, you have major level at the previous highs at 132, or maybe even we should look at the fourth wave correction, because normally when you are at the higher degree wave 4, that's the area where we could slow down. So I'm looking at this to be a very important and interesting zone for potential rebound. Of course, what would be positive then if Bitcoin itself would also then stabilize. As I said, we are approaching closer, what the Tesla is doing here, we are approaching closer to this 100 level. So of course you want maybe that market that if we see some sell-off through that level, that at some point we will see a rebound back above 100 level, which somehow is, as you know, a very big important pivot level, especially from psychological perspective. So if we will see a recovery on cryptocurrencies, then I think that it's worth to watch the MicroStrategy as well, because I think that even this one could see some brighter months ahead, especially maybe in 2026. Okay, traders, I hope that you enjoyed this video. So as I said, if you're interested in more of this analysis, especially in the US stock service, make sure to check our website. It's absolutely free. For now, I'm not sure how long we will have this in a beta version, but make sure to register and visit our website for the latest updates, and hope to see you in our webinar on Monday. Good luck. Bye.